So it's been a few days since we ran that LSA over there, and I almost didn't film this, but here we are with my thumb in the way. All right, just deal with it. Let's just do this, Jesus. We're getting rid of all this crap. Everything that's not needed, we're gonna get rid of it all. So let's get to it. Kind of insane how much is just stacked in this corner. There's an ECM in there and all this fuse box, all of it. It's all coming out. So midway, maybe not midway update, probably not. At this point, it's feeling more like 5% update. Engine harness, chassis harness is all pulled out from everywhere in the chassis and set in the center. The only thing left is where it runs back to the trans and fuel tanks, and then in here to the firewall. And I climbed in there, started disconnecting all of that in the footwell, and there is a lot of wires. I'm quickly realizing this car is going to have to come completely apart. I'm talking torque tube, rear end dropped, fuel tanks probably dropped, interior all out. So let's get one last look of a full interior, because the dash, like everything is coming out of this car at this point. So one last look. Looks good, right? Well, see what it looks like after today. Oh my God, it's so heavy. I don't think this will be missed at all. All right, let me see that. So much more room for activities now. Man, this video is going to be all over the place. Since I pulled the harness out of the C6 Corvette, I've had 2 customer cars in here. Those are both gone. Clips right now. Pretty good, but we got her started. So now that those are gone, well, before they were gone, Corvette got moved out back, as you can see. And also, as you can see, there's a ton of snow outside. Not a ton, but for Eastern North Carolina, being 5 minutes away from the ocean, that is a lot of snow. It was like 5 or 6 inches of snow, and it shut everything down for 2 to 3 days. Today is the 3rd day, and I think things are kind of opening back up. Getting back on this video, we're gonna take the T56, the twin disc, all these parts in here. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this guy off the trailer, out of the snow, and we're gonna get it in here. And last night we ran into a dead battery problem, but I think we got that covered now. So let's get this thing fired. All right, a little help from the truck. Here we go. Oh. It needs that extra air, I guess. Oil pressure look good? Nope, she had enough. So now that I fired this dirty girl up on this stand, and actually I was surprised I didn't have any lifter noise. They didn't have to, you know, prime up or anything. It sounded like crap, but I think 2 of the injectors were unplugged. A coil pack is definitely broken there. So, I mean, you got quite a few issues there, but we're gonna get this tore down and jump over to these parts. We got the old Texas Speed Cam here, the BFD 228, 232, 630-ish lift, 600 exhaust, 108 LSA. So this thing's gonna chop like crazy. We got oil pump, dual valve springs, the iron block adapters, exhaust bolts, gaskets under there, push rods, more parts, more parts, more parts, more parts, more parts, the clutch, the trans. So I'm excited to get this thing together. Let's start tearing it down. We'll get one last good look in all its glory here. Oh yeah. Intake's off and something was having a party up under here. Damn. Exhaust manifold's next, and it looks like it's gonna be a pretty quick process being that all the damn bolts already broke off. Only one on this side, we'll see what happens. All right, so exhaust manifolds are off. I think there's like 3 bolts broke on this side and 1 or 2 on this side. We'll weld those out, but I got all that crap cleaned off kinda. And right now I'm having a lot of trouble. I can't decide how far I wanna go with this block. I think there will be a lot of fun in it, in doing a super budget as cheap as possible and still make it rowdy, but as cheap as possible. Don't pull the heads, keep the head gaskets, stock head bolts, pull the valve covers, put push rods and valve springs in there, valve seals, put a cam in and oil pump. But aside from that, oil pan and all that to fit in the CTS-V, but aside from that, keep it super cheap. Another part of me wants to put pistons in it and rods and head gaskets and head studs and put a supercharger on it, but I don't know, I'm really split. I'm gonna put my phone down and really think about this, and I might pull the heads, I might not pull the heads and just send it. I'm really not sure what route I wanna go with it yet. So I ended up pulling the heads off this 5.3. Doesn't look too bad, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I pulled the heads off of it, because right down here, we got some questionable decisions. Composite head gasket, new Fel-Pro head gasket. Yeah, MLS, that's fine. But this bad boy, I don't know why people buy these. So glad I pulled those off. So now I'm gonna pull the cam out of this and clean it up, and we're gonna start slapping it together. So we're gonna move forward with this engine. Got those head gaskets off of it. I'm gonna get the cam out of that and then clean it up, and we'll start throwing all these parts on it that we have for it. Lifters are out, cam retainer plate is off. Let's pull this cam out without bringing any cam bearings with us. pretty tight. You can do it, buddy. Look at that. Great success. Great success. All right, everything is cleaned up as much as it is possibly going to be cleaned up. Time to start throwing it together. And one thing I did do after I pressure washed it was blow these holes out with air to get all the water out of them. The iron blocks, I don't think they matter as much, but I do want these heads to torque. With that being said, I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks for watching, guys. In the next video, we're gonna install everything. The MAF back on there. No MAF, I guess.